about the deal that is underway, the negotiations. Now, is there any doubt that the Israeli Prime Minister have taken almost every step to scuttle the negotiations over the past few months?
So,
do you have any doubt in your mind
I'm
that he has taken those?
I'm not going to speak for Prime Minister Netanyahu, Saeed,
Right.
and I will let him speak for himself. But in general, what I can say is that we have seen the Israelis engaged and constructive in conversations that we have been having about a ceasefire deal. And so we continue to believe both that a ceasefire deal is both achievable and urgent, and it is something that our partners in Israel want. I'm not going to speak to the specificity of the ongoing process beyond that.
Okay, but Mr. Haniyeh was the chief negotiator. He was the chief negotiator involved in these negotiations. So when Israel first kills his grandchildren, then kills all his children, then kills him, does that send like a clear message that they don't want these negotiations? He is the chief negotiator, correct?
Said, I will say again, as I've said to Daphne and others, I'm not going to speculate on this as it relates to how it may or may not impact a ceasefire deal. What I can say is that the United States unequivocally is focused on continuing its work to close the gaps. We think that getting a deal done is not just in the United States' interest, it's in the region's interest, it's in Israel's interest, it's in the interest of the Palestinian people. We are talking about creating the conditions so the remaining hostages can return home, that there can be an influx of humanitarian aid, and getting this region out of this endless cycle of violence. So that's what we're going to remain focused on.
Okay.
And as I said to Olivia and others, when it comes to continuing to engage in these conversations, there continue to be ways in which we can continue to engage with Hamas and Israel appropriately as it relates to the contours of the deal. And that work, I have no doubt, will continue.
Okay, let me ask you, a basic question. As far as the negotiations are concerned, is the killing of Mr. Haniyeh good, bad, or indifferent in your view?
I am not going to speculate again for what is probably now the 15th time.
Right.
I am not going to speculate on.
I'm just saying, how is it likely to impact?
Again, I'm just not going to speculate on that. What I can speak to is what the United States is doing and what the United States is focused on. And what we are doing and what we are focused on is working to close the gaps. We continue to believe a deal is achievable. We think it's urgent, and we continue to work at this around the clock.
Okay, my last. I promise that it's my last.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that killing Haniyeh complicates the negotiations further?
Sorry, you literally just asked me a version of that
you,
question.
Is
Willie,
this
go
likely
ahead.
an event that is
Go
likely?
ahead, Willie. Go ahead, Willie.